Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile, Essence League. We are gonna run the Dunes map today, another tier 5. This time, contrary to being flooded with sea witches, we actually have increased monster variety, so that's gonna be interesting. We get more monsters, 22% more of them, and they all have bloodlines mods. Well, at least the magical ones have. We get additional projectiles, monsters take less physical damage, we don't really deal a lot of physical damage with the exception of our Shockwave Totem, so that's not gonna have too much impact. Monsters poison on hit, which is becoming something that we have a subscription on, it just keeps occurring, but because most of the monsters are gonna be attacking our totems and not us, we don't really care about that, because totems get recast more often than that they die anyway. And monsters gain endurance charges every 20 seconds. So, let's have some fun on the Dunes. Dunes is yet another Golden Olden. Used to be a tier 1, if I remember correctly. Now it's tier 5, so bumped it up a little bit.
Shifting, morphing, expanding. A reminder of the virtues of an agile mind.
Okay. So this has a very strong dried lake feel to it. Memory, however, is of something that more resembled the coast before. The Act 1 coast area, the early areas. So I'm curious if they gave it a reskin or if they really did just change something. So let's just burn those guys up and spend our skill point. Which we're gonna spend over here. Get our final life node. So 4,566 life is what we currently have. Okay. So, bloodlines means we are going to be facing a wide variety of blue groups. More often than normal. Specifically 22% more magical monsters on this map. Blue ones, there is always a chance of the followers of Abaxov mod spawning on monsters. On a bloodlines mod map, that chance is of course increased a bit. And in general, you encounter more things like these Chaos Bond intruders. Searing up. Sewer is a tier 3. But this side of the map definitely has a very strong desert theme to it. I have to say, it's not my favorite. I did enjoy starting on the left side of the tree more than on the right side of the tree. So maybe in hindsight my strategy for dealing with the map, not attacking the problem from two sides, one character for the left side and one character for the right side of the map, might not have been the most ideal one. But no, it's a good way to experience most of the content with different characters. But of course, next league, I'm no longer bound by the restriction I put on myself, and we're just gonna do whatever we feel like. Also, the maps are not gonna be all that new anymore by then, because we will have done a lot of them. Which is, no, after all, still my main goal for this entire league. I trying to get as much exposure to the different maps as possible. So I'm playing standard league. So there are some interesting graphical stutters now. I'm actually just turning, if it happens again, I'm gonna turn the frame rate overlay on just to see what's happening, if it's loading lag or something like that. Hello, the blacksmith. Indeed, this is June's, but just reskinned. Because this is the one you started at the water and you moved into the area and then you fought this dude. Oi, you, be taunted. Of course, a heavy hitter does a lot of poison on hit, like so. But of course, we do deal with it. Okay, I don't think those zombies are overly appreciative of this. So we're getting poisons too. Ah, of course, caustic clouds on death. Yeah, that might have something to do with it. But now we did defeat the boss. No shaper possession, but as I hinted at previously, we're probably gonna have to do Zana dailies now in order to find clues. That has been the place where I have most consistently found shaper memory fragments. $50 mobs remaining, more than, so yeah, we will definitely be continuing. So those archers, they definitely do poison you. Okay. Sorry for the overlay thing, but I really am curious to see where those hiccups every once in a while come from. And no, by default this is bound to F1, I think. And it does help you see what's happened. So when stutters occur and this frame rate is still at the top there, and the frame time is still hovering between 16 and 17, then you know that it's not a CPU induced issue, but more something maybe related to loading assets or things like that. Okay, here dropped a little bit. Take it out now. On the Lionized Watch podcast, when Jonathan, the technical director of Grinding Gear Games, was on, I think he mentioned something about once the new DirectX 11 update is out, he wanted to make it more visible to the player to where the lag was coming from, maybe with some indicators of when things are loading versus just rendering lag. So maybe this overlay is gonna get some more things to indicate. Disk load, disk activity maybe. Just thinking out loud now. He didn't really say a lot beyond that. It was something he would like to look at. That's not a promise or anything by any stretch of the imagination. So please don't read any of this as me saying that he said. This is just speculation, based on just the one line that he dropped there. But could be nice to just have an extra graph maybe that just shows you your disk IO. Now is this loading? How fast is it loading? And for rendering, maybe a distinction between the stress that's put on the CPU versus on the graphics card. Because that, if you're considering upgrading your system, knowing what is fast and what is slow, or what the bottleneck is, might help.
Still sane, Exile.
Ooh, Zana, that's bonus. But first, Weeping Essence of Woe, tier 3 essence. Let's do this. Thank you. Okay. So we found Zana. And I think in good old fashion we're gonna run around, clear most of the map, and then we're gonna go back to Zana to do her mission after this. But we are gonna get a bonus here. 2 maps for 1 episode. Also, let's do some drinking here to heal ourselves. Because I was actually taking quite some damage there. There's nothing really special about these mobs. They're just the elite with spectral blades. Slightly more challenging mobs, and well, indeed they are. But they still die. Okay, 36, okay. So we've gone a full circle, so we're just gonna walk roughly back towards Zana. See if we can just catch a couple more packs on the way. There are some things that we can smash. 14 mobs, that's likely one pack. Maybe over here. And over there. Yeah, I think we got it now. After this. 0 mobs remaining. Excellent. That means we can do Zana, and don't worry that we left a map incomplete. Also, we have no idea what's gonna happen on the other side, so let's go back and empty our pockets. We still have 2 portals after this, so depending on if we get multiple portals or not, we might be able to go back or not. But at least we will have an empty inventory, so we can focus on grabbing all the loot we can.
Darkness looms on the horizon, and we need to stop it. Let's get ready to work. This location is of significant importance for the neighboring worlds. Thaumaturgically charged lodestones were once in place to provide stability in the area, but something has knocked them out of alignment. I need you to track them down and reactivate them.
Okay, Phantasmagoria. That's all the way on the left side of the tree.
Every movement is watched, recorded, remembered.
I think it's tier 4, roughly over here, on the left hand side of the tree. And the boss is the Cursed Lady. Currently the name escapes me. It's a renamed version of Doedre. Well, we'll see, but it's basically based on a Doedre. Similar mechanics as well, cursed auras. She's a bit nastier. We got chilled ground. Monsters have cold resistance. They also deal extra damage as cold. That's it. So nothing too arduous, no negative resistance auras or curses or anything like that. So we just have to make sure we don't stand on the frost. Well, monsters deal 60% more damage is painful. But the boss has a projectile attack, which makes extra projectiles pretty dangerous. Because it's a small arena, and I think you're meant to dodge the projectiles, not really tank them. So, having 3 projectiles rather than 1 does make it more difficult to dodge them. So this is a mostly linear map, which is nice. Well, it's very convenient to run. Let's put it that way. There's only one way, and that is forward. I must say I am slightly disappointed that they removed the old boss, because that was based on the unique Stygian, the Bone Queen. And I really enjoyed that fight. Now you don't get that fight. Maybe they moved her, maybe she's got her own map somewhere else now. But the Bone Queen was a fun fight. And it was also in the main arena rather than or in the main map all the way at the end. It's a circular bit to the map there where she spawned. Where now you will enter a arena, as most fights do have now. So far the one that comes to mind as not having its own area is the Ashen Woods. Other than that, I think most of them have had their own arena. Oh, there's a Lodson over here. Okay. a good thing we are not a cold based character, because the extra resistance would have been interesting. Could have been, no, made it a lot more challenging because we couldn't kill things as fast. Right now we're still dealing plenty of damage. So we just have to make sure that we don't take too many of it ourselves. But no deflecting the damage to the totems by just focusing on just better totem management. That works pretty well. Probably most for these little mobs we can just annoy the heck out of them with Shockwave Totems. So I wonder if we're gonna get a fragment, because it's a Zana map. And my luck so far has been the best with finding fragments in Zana maps. Okay, another lodestone. We are halfway there in terms of lodestones. Not entirely guaranteed that we will be halfway through the map though, because they do drop a couple extras just in case you miss some. Okay, next segment. Have yourself a totem. Okay. Lodestone behind the door. Very convenient. We're still over 50 mobs, so the end is definitely not in sight. In essence, that's gonna be nice. Let's see what we get from it. The Screaming Essence of Fear. It's a tier 5. Nice. Also, oh, it's being ghost possessed. That's fun. I wonder if we get an extra essence for that. This is gonna get fun though. Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3. Jump out. And then we summon the Army of the Damned and let them do it. Precious Fire, please. Oh, charging Corsairs are just simply part of that. Ah, you have Coward AI because you are ranged. That didn't help you in the end though. Do like the drops we're getting here. We had enough portals that... Oh, I can probably shift this around a little bit. Tricky as that might be. But yeah. Grab one item. And then make a quick down stop, empty our pockets, and then we go back in. So we can go back to 2 more times, so that's plenty. Maybe I should just drop about half of these and some of these, just to keep some, prevent them from overflowing. Phantasmagoria, here we come again. Next. Let's get out of there. Don't want to be ambushed by chaos snakes. There, ambushing the door. There you go. Dungeon map, tier 4. Yeah. I think we're actually body blocking the mobs with totems as well here. Just double checking, but we are not getting poisoned here because there's no poison on the map. I'm so getting used to poison that surprised I'm not getting poisoned, but I'm getting hit. Human brain. So easy to get used to things. Spotting patterns where there might not be any. Oh, More blue bears. Ooh, yellow. Yes, we did touch this one. That one didn't drop anything. Boo. So gut spikers, still more than 50. And that's the final one, but there's already 2 on the map. Okay, so technically we are done with the map now, but of course we are gonna push forward to the boss fight. So that's 1 extra lodestone. Let's see if we can spot them all. That's another one. That makes 2 bonus. Especially a linear map like this, it's really easy to double check just how many of the lodestones there are. Because now you will see everything that is on the map. If you've got an open map, it's harder because you might not exactly cover every surface of the map itself. Another one that makes a 13. 3 bonus, 10 regular. Still 50 plus. Okay. Kill him. Be burnt. Be burnt. And I think we are there. Yeah. Arena to the boss fight. And then there's a little area on the side, which might contain 1 more of the shards, of the lodestones that is. Oh, well, spit. Leave me alone. No, 13 is what we got. Lucky number 13. Okay, so let's resummon the golem just to be certain. Put a portal here to prevent us from having to walk quite a bit if things go wrong. Well, we shall see. Here goes. So let's stick to one end, so we are only getting affected by a single of the curses. And we curse her, and let's just focus on dodging those projectiles. Okay. So single hit, not that bad. We have the arena that we can use to our advantage here. Oh, attack that one. That was rather doable. So, with a totem, you can definitely use the terrain to your advantage. So just plop down your totems and then hide behind one of the rocks. This one, of course, being an obvious one because it's the closest that you actually can get to. That's pretty large. Could also go via the top side here. And we're lucky that there was only 2 patches of iced ground on opposite sides here, but that most of the arena was free. So we were free to do with it what we wanted. And indeed, there's just 1 random mob remaining somewhere. It's not you, right, Froggy? No. Froggy says no.
I was wrong to ever doubt you when we met, Exile.
Yay. But no lore. So I guess we will have to keep looking for that. But that does conclude this episode. We cleared Dunes. We cleared the Zana version of the Phantasmagoria. And that's gonna be it for now. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.